Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I want to complete this lesson, The Sweating Earth. Today we will cover page number 77, a fact file on climate change. According to a study, most low-lying atoll islands are likely to become uninhabitable by the middle of the 21st century. Scientists predict that as sea level rise, thousands of islands will be afflicted by frequent flooding, lack of fresh water, and damage to infrastructure. Maldives is comprised of about 1,200 low-lying islands and atoll located in the Indian Ocean, where about 200 islands are inhabited. Climate change is severely threatening the very existence of Maldives. More than 80% of the country's land is composed of coral islands, which rise less than 1 meter above sea level. At present, Maldives is at high risk of being submerged due to rising sea level. So an important thing is discussed over there in this paragraph, that Maldives, that is about 1,200 low-lying islands, and atoll means the small islands circular in shape, and these are mainly composed of coral reefs, and these are in the Indian Ocean, where about 200 islands are inhabited. There are so many islands that comprise Maldives, but 200 islands are inhabited, means people are living over there. But due to climate change, the country Maldives that is facing a severe threat. More than 80% of the country's land is composed of coral islands, which rise less than 1 meter above sea level. So at present, Maldives is at a high risk of being submerged due to rising sea levels, due to increase in the sea level, and that is all due to the global warming. That Maldives that has a severe threat to be submerged in the sea. So the country that is facing a severe threat due to pollution, that is Maldives, due to global warming, that is facing a serious threat. That country is Maldives. Let us move forward. Both North Pole, Arctic region, and South Pole, Antarctica are badly affected by changing temperature of the Earth. Here, most rapid effects of global warming are seen, such as depleting ice caps and glaciers. So glaciers, they are melting over there on the poles, both on the South Pole as well as on the North Pole. That is why the life over there is facing a severe threat. At the same time, due to melting of glaciers, there is a rise in the sea level, and that is seriously threatening the cities that are located around the seas. So here in this picture you can see on the South Pole, penguins are losing their identity, they are losing their lives, and on the North Pole, polar bears are in danger due to melting ice. So the whole climate of the Earth that is changing due to melting of glaciers. The increase in ocean level is a serious threat to all kinds of life, as well as for the countries that are located around the ocean. And now let us come to the next page. This rapid change in temperature at the poles has both local and global implications. This causes significant rise in sea level, changes in the salinity of the oceans, and decline in the number of endangered species like polar bears in Arctic and penguins in Antarctica. Scientists have warned that time is running out for the world's leaders to respond to climate change, and immediate steps should be taken to preserve life in its best conditions on the Earth. So due to rapid change in temperatures, it has very serious effects. Implications means it has a very serious consequences, both at local level as well as on the global level. This causes significant rise. Due to this increase in temperature, there is a rise in the sea level. The salinity of the ocean means the salt content of the ocean water that is changing and the number of endangered species is also increasing, like polar bears and penguins. So scientists, they have warned that time is running at a very great speed, and there is less time remain for the world leaders to respond to this global phenomena. So we have to respond to preserve life in its best condition on the earth. So we are living on this earth, then the earth, it is getting worse day by day due to the activities of human beings, and we have to preserve this earth because this is our home. If we want to live on this earth peacefully, we have to tackle this issue. We have to give serious importance to this issue. So we must also understand the consequences of different kinds of pollutions on earth, and we should also do efforts to control this pollution so that earth may become again green and clean for living on this earth. Now let us come to understanding and comprehension. First of all, we have to answer the following questions. A question is, what are fossil fuels and how are they being used? Fossil fuels are oil and coal. They are called as a fossil fuel, and they are used as source of energy in industries as well as for running of different types of transport like cars and buses. They are all run by the oil, mineral oil, that is converted into petrol as well as into diesel and different other forms. What were the happy times for the planet Earth? Yes, it was a happy time for the Earth when different types of life was growing in oceans, in the mountains and on the lands. Beautiful forms of life emerged and made the earth their home. It was a happy time for the planet Earth. Now come to the C question. Is man a good planner? Do you agree or not? Give 3 reasons to support your answer. Yes, man is not a good planner. He has made skyscrapers, constructed skyscrapers, and he has set up industries, and he has invented different types of vehicles. But at the same time, he has thrown garbage in the oceans and seas and other water bodies without understanding that he is polluting water beyond limits, and he has to pay for it in the long run. Number 2, many harmful gases are entering in the atmosphere due to industrialization, and we are not doing anything for that. And we have forgotten that this is the air in which we breathe, and our life depends on this air. Number 3, soil is being polluted due to plastics and other types of chemicals, and we have forgotten that at last we have to live on this soil and we have to produce food from this soil, and the ultimate sufferer for all these things are the human beings. So man is not a good planner. Now come to the D question. What will happen if water level rises in the ocean? If water level rises in the ocean, then many islands, they will disappear, and they are disappearing, as we have discussed about Maldives. So many islands are disappearing, and the water level that is rising in the oceans, and that is a special threat to the cities that are located around the oceans and the seas. And the life on the poles, like penguins, like polar bears, they are facing a serious threat due to increase in the water level as well as due to melting of ice on the poles. What are the adverse effects of temperature rise on north and south poles? Yes, due to temperature rise, glaciers, they are melting and increasing the sea level. And number 2 effect is that the life on north and south pole, that is facing a serious threat due to increase in temperature. Now come to the F question. Why do you think the earth is sweating in the picture above? Explain briefly. Yes, earth is sweating as is given in the beginning of the lesson. It is sweating, it means that the temperature of the earth that is increasing, or in the other words we can say that global warming that is increasing day by day. The average temperature of the earth that is increasing, that is why the earth that is facing a serious threat. That is why it has been shown that the earth is sweating, and the topic of the chapter is also sweating earth. I think it will be clear to all of you. Now come to the next, that is working with words, vocabulary, diction and pronunciation. Now first of all, you should try to read these words, then try to understand the meanings of these words, and then you have to use them in sentences of your own. Number one word is a creature, that is a noun, and the phonetic transcription is also given in the book. It means that how to pronounce the word. Creature, creature. The meaning is an animal as distinct from a human being. So any living thing, that is a creature. So we should do everything to save the lives of different creatures on the earth. Cultivate, cultivate, this is a verb. Prepare and use for crops or gardening. It means to prepare the land and use land for crops. So to cultivate cotton in this land is a very good activity, or cotton is cultivated in many parts of Pakistan. Next comes the word enormous. It means large, very large in size, quantity or extent. So we can use it in different sentences. You can make your own sentences. The enormous activity is being seen around the oceans. Now dwellings, a place of living, a house, flat or other place of residence. So different types of dwellings are given over there. The meaning is a place where we live. So dwellings, people used to dwell. Dwellings in the beginning of the civilization were very simple. Luxurious, extremely comfortable, elegant, especially when involving great expense. Luxurious. Yes, she is living in a luxurious apartment. Deprive means to prevent from having or using something. Do not deprive other people from their rights. Calamity, that is a noun. An event using a great and often sudden damage or distress. Calamity, yes, earthquake is a very serious natural calamity. Deplete, use up the supply or resources of. Yes, we should do something for depleting earth resources. This is also a verb. Now next task is that you have to work in pair and make sentences. Obviously we can make sentences in the class. Next come the word cloud. A word cloud is a group of words connected with a theme word. Yes, we have already discussed about the word cloud as the global warming, that is a key word that is given in different color. Then the connected words are carbon dioxide, for example, effects, climate, temperature, earth, sea level change, impact, ocean, rise, emission, increase, gases, ozone, greenhouse and atmosphere. All these words are connected with the global warming. So it is actually a mean by which you can increase your vocabulary. So you can see different words, and now you can increase your vocabulary by the help of this word cloud. So I think it's enough for today. I'll complete the lesson in the next video.